for the first time in my life, I've had to claim on the insurance. I've never done that before. It's all online these days. Mrs. Gorman has been dealing with it, really, and as you can see, when we send them a message, they ask us to indicate how we're feeling by clicking on one of these faces. And as you can see, we've clicked on the very unhappy face, because our ceiling has collapsed. And when you click on it, it turns it green. I have no idea what colours the others would go if you clicked on them. And nor has anyone else. It's an insurance company. Who's clicking on anything other than unhappy when contacting their insurance company? And why do they need to know what mood we're in anyway? What's that got to do with anything? Why does everything have to be turned into data these days? A few months ago, I was returning home from a short trip overseas. I was at Heathrow Airport and I needed a wee, so I went to the toilet, where they had this. How clean was the toilet today? And the same array of faces. Although I think this proves that we need to establish an international standard of face progression here. You can't have both of them putting the green face at the far end, but having one of them travel from happy to unhappy and one of them travel the other way back, can you? It doesn't make any sense. Is it just me here? Or do you agree that nobody should ever be that happy about having a shit in an airport? Surely this system can't possibly deliver accurate results. The question is, how clean is this toilet? If this toilet is filthy, who is touching that button? Imagine who else has been there. I'm sorry, Heathrow. I'm not touching your smiley faces because I'm worried about your slimy faeces. I know, I'm sorry. Why does everything have to come down to market research these days? I was looking at some news the other day. I went to the Guardian website, and the moment I got there, this popped up. Thank you for visiting The Guardian. You have been selected to participate in a brief customer satisfaction survey to let us know how we can improve your experience. You're stopping me from having my experience by telling me you want me to tell you what my experience is like. This is like walking through the door of a restaurant and being greeted by a waiter whose first words are, "How's your food?" This is like sitting in the barber's chair and instead of being asked how you'd like it, the first thing he does is pick up a mirror and show you the back of your own head. This is like when a comedian walks on stage at the start of a show and asks you if you're enjoying the show, which is what I did to you lot earlier. And you lot didn't bat an eyelid, did you? Are you enjoying the show? Yeah. And you just went, yeah. There wasn't a show. What were you thinking? All you'd done is walk in and sit down. There was nothing to enjoy yet. When this popped up on the Guardian website, I wasn't sure if it was legit or not. I'm very wary online. I'm thinking maybe it's a virus or some malware masquerading as something on the Guardian. So before I clicked yes or no, I thought I'd look it up. So I opened another browser and I could see that it's from a company called 4C. So I googled them and I found their website, which is 4c.com. So I went there and this happened. We'd welcome your feedback. If you fill in either of these surveys, what you get is a message that says, "Thank you for taking our survey and for helping us serve you better." And that's the rub, isn't it? When companies ask you for your opinion, the idea is that it's going to help them to give you what you want. And maybe that's good. But there's a paranoid part of my brain that thinks maybe they're trying to find my soft underbelly. Maybe they're trying to find ways of exploiting me. And I worry that I'm alone in this. I think most people have given in. Market research is happening everywhere and people are so used to it they don't even stop to think about what they're saying when they just give their data up without a thought. I wanted to see if people really are immune to it. I wanted to see whether people would notice if we conducted a survey about absolutely nothing. If people would just go along with it. And they do. Here we go, right? That is Annabelle Porter, a very good friend of the show, with the mic asking the questions. The man with the glasses there, to me, he is the hero of the piece. You will see why. So question one is essentially, how happy are you to be doing this survey? But with a little more to it.
How happy are you to take part in this survey? 1, very happy. 2, quite happy. 3, neither happy nor unhappy. 4, quite unhappy. 5, very unhappy.
Okay, and this is how most people responded.
3, neither happy or unhappy.
3.
I think 3.
3.
Indifferent, really.
Yeah, most people choosing 3, not bothered, that makes sense. What would have been weird is if anyone had said 5. I voluntarily stopped to do this survey and I am furious about it. Nobody said that. A few people said 1 and our hero was amongst them.
Completely happy, 1.
he's still in the pack with the rest of us. But I think he's giving it a little bit more thought than other people. This is question 2.
How would you rate my conduct in this survey to this point? Have I been 1, exceedingly polite and a pleasure to deal with, 2, quite polite, 3, neither polite nor impolite, 4, quite impolite, 5, downright rude?
You can see it's in his eyes, it's starting to register that this is unusual. And what does she mean, my conduct to this point? To this point, you've asked me 1 question, that's it. But he's not breaking cover just yet. Most people are very impressed with Annabelle's conduct.
The first one, very polite.
1.
1.
I'd say 1, definitely.
1.
He'd been very polite.
1, obviously.
Thank you very much.
It's fine.
Bit flirty, though, Sue, right? Just a little bit. Our hero gives it some thought, but he still stays with the crowd.
I don't really know you, but I would still go for 1. I'd say 1.
Yeah. Bit of tension creeping in here, don't you think? Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Ooh, it's getting frosty, isn't it? Yeah. Question 3.
Thinking of other surveys you might have taken recently, is this one more professional, less professional, or about the same?
There is nothing happening at all, and yet everyone else...
I'd say it's very professional.
Professional.
More professional.
About the same.
About the same.
The same.
I'd say about the same.
Yeah, it's every bit as professional as other surveys people have done, and in some cases more so. But not for our hero.
I don't normally do surveys, so I couldn't comment on that one.
He's just getting a bit tenser, isn't he? A bit tenser. Question 4.
Your feedback is important to us, and we hope your experience with us enhances your day. What one thing could we have done to improve this feedback gathering?
What one thing could we have done to improve this feedback gathering? We've only asked 4 questions. This is the moment where he kind of snaps, but only him. Everyone else knows what we could have done to improve the feedback gathering. They all have an answer, which is basically free stuff.
What one thing could you do to improve it?
Have some sweets or something? Give away free...
I'm not quite sure what I'm feeding back on.
sandwiches.
You want to enhance a bit more about what the feedback is I'm supposed to be giving you?
Oh, giving me coffee.
Feedback on what?
On the feedback.
I'm kind of not getting this.
Offer me a free drink.
Okay, what am I telling you? What is the survey, though?
Well, that's all. Thank you very much for your time.
Okay, cool.
What I love about this is that you laugh at him because in the context of these videos, he seems like the oddity, but the truth is, he is the only person you have seen behaving rationally. Everyone else is being weird by just going along with this nonsense. That is how immune society is to market research. Now, you can probably gather that market research, feedback and data is going to be the topic of tonight's show. And I'll be honest, when I told the producers I wanted to talk about this stuff, it caused a bit of a ripple within the channel. Because they, as a body, they are deeply embedded in this world. They do market research, of course they do. Our executive producer genuinely came back to me saying, I need to take this upstairs and see if they're happy with this.